Welcome to the February 2019 strategic case study examination pre-seen material, and the company which SEMA has given us for a discussion and for an examination purpose is Vita. I'm Shyam Prasad and I'm a member of ATCA and CAMA, and I'm very much interested in solving the case studies, and I'm also the founder of WOW Academics. Disclosure: the entire case study as given out by SEMA is used as in the same form. No part has been edited or deleted or even added to the SEMA case. This is purely for educational purpose alone. So the company which has been given to us for our examination purpose is Vita, and these are the contents. So if you go through the contents, SEMA has given you a lot of contents here, in terms of the industry, in terms of the company, in terms of the background of the company, in terms of its product, technology, manufacturing, its even market share information, and integrated reporting in sense of risk register, its senior leadership team, and a lot of stuff on newspaper extracts it has given. So it has given you a lot, but there are certain things which are missing in this case study. In terms of this is a listed company, but they have not given the share price. They have not given what is the market share of the company among its competitors. So there are some vital information which are missing, and it's also a pretty interesting case study where this company Vita is into an emerging technology kind of a business. So they are not similar to a traditional company like a manufacturing company. So they are a new company, they are a dynamic, they are a startup kind of based company, and they have a certain financial difficulties that we wouldn't expect in terms of a normal company. So that's about the case study's overview here. So we'll enter into the full case study. So this is your role, wherever it's an important element, I have marked it in red color underlining. So you are a financial manager in this case study, and it's a consumer electronics company. So the company Vita designs and sells a product which is wireless enabled, wearable. It's a fitness and activity tracker, and they are finally a device. That's a huge name for a product. So I think we could have a name describing the product as tracker devices. I think that would be very easy to discuss. So you report directly to the CFO of the company, and you also work on special projects and strategic matters, and the currency of the country is in dollars. So this is a page which I've got from the internet. You can browse and just search as tracker devices and PC magazine. So this is a clip from the PC magazine where there are companies which are similar to the company which we are discussing, Vita. So companies like Fitbit, Garmin, or even Misfit or Motive, these are the companies which are similar to the company which we are discussing, and these are also the products. These are the products. We have not seen our product, Vita's product, in detail, but this page gives you an overview about the real world products and their features. So it will be a good idea for you to go and browse these products and get an idea about the current technology, where these products are moving, why people are buying it, what people want from these products, or in terms of how these companies are managing their company in terms of financially and even in strategic direction. So I request you to visit these companies pages so that you get a better idea. So we will be starting to discuss the case study here. I marked in green and blue color highlights. The color does not make any significance. It just tells you that these paragraphs are important, but the green and blue color are interchangeably used. And I've also marked what this paragraph essentially means. So you can it's just in small wordings. I just summarize what this paragraph indicates. So I would be hosting this entire PPT as a PDF on my website called as WOW Academic. You can go there and access it. So we shall start with the case study here. So the case actually starts from an overview about what is wearable technology. So wearable technology is any device that you can wear on yourself, okay, whether it's on your wrist or as a smartwatch or as a shoe or as a clothing or as a headset. You can wear it on yourself in any manner. These are called as wearable technologies. And what do? They track what you do, whether you run, whether you jog, whether you sleep, what's your heart rate. It tracks a lot of your information. So this information is actually translated from a device like this. It's actually a smartwatch, and it sends it to your smartphone. So this device acts as a hardware, and the actual power of software is in this smartphone actually. So who were like actually using these kinds of devices? These devices were like used for military purpose, and they were the earlier users. So what does this trackers actually track among you? So they track the number of steps you have taken, the distance you walked or run, the calories you have burnt, the active minutes you have been, your heart rate, your sleep quality. It tracks a lot of information from you. So this paragraph here, it tells about the both hardware and software components are important. So this device captures a lot of information from you, but you can say it as data points because data is just raw information, but somewhere it has to be processed, and that's where the software comes in. Your smartphone, you have to download an app. The app is like powered with all the algorithms and the software. So whatever data is being generated by this device, it goes into this phone, and it gives you a complete picture about how many kilometers you've run per day, per hour, per year, per month, like however you wish to see it, you can actually see it. Both these hardware and software are like key for a user to make a proper sense of his information, his health habits. Actually, it's a health habits fitness tracker here. And the second paragraph here, which I've highlighted, tells you about data privacy issues. So what happens here, if you're going to track only your data, it's not that much useful. So what you do is you challenge your friends in terms of how many kilometers you run, or you just try to motivate them in terms of how many kilometers they run. So it becomes a community building, and it's an active partnership among all your friends and family members. So what happens here, you give your information away to someone, and you get someone's information to yourself, and it builds a kind of a community page. And this is where I think the exam can put a question to you in terms of data theft, in terms of data privacy, or in terms of data hack. So this can be a huge kind of a questionable area here. And the next paragraph here tells you what is the maximum or what is the active number of users throughout the world. So there are 150 million active users for these devices. That is the current number of people using this device, but I feel that this is not the maximum number. The potential for these devices can grow much more higher as the price of the products, as the cost of these products fall down, and the number of people who are going to use it is going to be like actively higher. Both these elements can push the number of products into the market. So in terms of the cost falling down because more number of people are using the devices, or it can be that more number of people are using the devices, so the cost fall down. So it's in both ways, one depends upon the other, but in a real world sense, the cost of these devices can fall drastically here from here on. So in this paragraph, so in this page, page number 4 in your CIMA case study, you can find out why is this fitness and activity tracker market is growing. And actually it's growing very fast, and that's what given in the case study also. It's growing because of the use of smartphones. So smartphones have become a very indispensable part of our life, and the power of software in these devices have been very good, and these have contributed to the growth of these tracker devices. And also the cost of the products are like falling very rapidly, so that is also a factor which has contributed to the use of these devices here. And also because of increasing health awareness, so this paragraph indicates that and in terms of accurate results which people get from these devices, even for that people are using this. And somewhere this sentence tells you that it's also being used as a fashion accessory for many users. So it's a very key point, where if you have some 10 companies or like 5 companies which are like producing this activity trackers, you have to differentiate your product from another product. So you have to do something called as a niche. So a company can focus on these people who are using it as a fashion accessory. So you are more than the use of the product. There are like many people who use it as a fashion accessory. So there can be it gives you an avenue to our company Vita, that they can also position their product as a fashion accessory. Not all, but 1 or 2 products they can position. So who are the people who are using these products? It's both male and female are using it from the age 8 to 80. I think that's a too huge classification. So the company can actually slice and dice this demographic segment and can launch a product for each segment or their target segment. Like the company could launch a product for a male who's at the age of 60 to 80. That's an entirely different product from where we launch a product for a female who is at the age of something like 20 to 30. So each age wise and their male or female wise, we can target a product. So there's a good chance to position our product in a different manner. I think that's what these highlights indicate. These 2 paragraphs indicate that smartwatches have better features than activity trackers. See, activity tracker is just a wrist band. So it doesn't tell you, it doesn't have any interactive feature. It is not like beautiful as like this, because this is a smartphone. So what smartphone companies are doing is they are also incorporating all the features of a activity tracker. At one point, activity tracker would become useless or a redundant kind of technology, because your smartwatch would even have that as a feature. So the smartwatch would make the activity trackers redundant absolutely and completely. So that's what here they tell you. In 2018, the global unit sales of smartwatches exceeded unit sales of fitness and activity trackers. I think that is a huge threat for this company Vita, not only for this case study, but even in the real world, the same threat exists. So I think this you have to watch around in your examination. So the very existence of our company Vita is under question. So about the background and the history of our company. So these paragraphs tells you like what is the company, how it is formed, how they have become a huge company, everything they indicate. But here onwards they tell about the products. So the first product which was launched by the company was called as Liber. It was just a small clip-on tracker. You just wear it somewhere in your shirt or in your clothing, and it basically records your step, distance, calories or floors climbed. It's similar, it looks like similar to a pedometer, but it's an advanced version of a pedometer. So that's the first product. So in order to produce this product, they were collaborated with 2 inexpensive contract manufacturers in Asia. These contract manufacturers were also relatively new. Vita has benefited from an excellent collaborative relationship with these 2 companies since their business inception, and the businesses have grown and developed together. So it tells us how Vita has helped these Asian companies and how these Asian contract manufacturers have like contributed to the growth of Vita. So that's about the first product. We'll move on to the second product.